siya. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So good morning everybody. Good morning po dahil good morning po dito sa Chicago 1 a.m. po. So talagang good morning po. So ibalik ko po saglit kay Ma'am Maya Alana Luis para po sa ating prayer. All right. Go ahead, Maya.
Let's begin po. The True Millionaire's Prayer by Boo Sanchez. Today, I ask you to bless me so that I may become a blessing. Lord, I commit myself to enrich others, but because I cannot give what I do not have, I commit myself to become rich. I commit myself to serve you and to serve the poor with the wealth. Today, I open myself to the abundance of your universe. Use me as your channel of love. Give me the ability to create wealth that will bless the world. Increase my financial wisdom and expand my territories. I place my life in your hands. Amen.
Amen. Thank you po, Ma'am Maya. All right. So, ayan. Good morning po ulit. So, this is po Jasmine Jamias Ramboyong po, and I will be your financial educator for this morning. Okay? So, ipakilala ko lang po saglit lang yung aking sarili para maging, hindi naman po tayo totally maging strangers, although most of you are leaders already, so you must know a little bit of about myself. So, galing po ako ng Pagudpud, Ilocos Norte, Tubong, Ilocos po. So, purong-purong Ilocana po, pero hindi po purong-purong, ano na yung sabi ng mga Ilocana, kuripot. Masinop na po tayo ngayon, lalo nung nag-member po tayo ng IMG. Ayan po ang Pagudpud. I'm very proud to be from this place. All right, but in 2018 po, I migrated to Chicago, Illinois, USA with my family. And I was blessed po to be educated sa UP Baguio with social science in double major in psychology and political science, and a little bit nag-push to po tayo ng konti ng MS Psychology sa St. Louis. All right? And these are the things that keeps me busy. Hindi po tayo busy. So number one, community volunteer leader po tayo dito sa isang grassroots organization dito sa Chicago. Early childhood professional po. Home care agent at administrative services manager. Pero ang pinaka-exciting po for me now is yung pagiging senior marketing director po tayo. And I have a very short journey pa naman po with IMG. So I started my team po noong June 18 of last year. So I called my team IMG USA B. Nadagdagan po ng B actually. USA kasi nandito po tayo sa USA, but I gave it a different meaning. So it's unequaled savings advantage. And dahil daw po dito sa IMG, builders daw po tayo dapat lahat. So ayan, nadagdagan ng B, builder. Alright? And after a month po, naging marketing director po tayo. And noong October, I tried my luck and medyo naswertehan po ata. Nag-exam po tayo ng IAEP. Kaya lang po, hindi po agad dumating yung ating approval dahil po sa haba ng pangalan natin. And so, hindi po natin nakuha yung double points supposedly na makukuha natin pag nakapasa. But then with my team and sa pagpupush po ng ating napakabait at napaka-supportive po na CEO, si Ate Ma'am Glenda Aguilar, naging Senior Marketing Director pa rin po naman po tayo noong November. Pero if after some time, noong May 29 po, ayan, sa wakas, nakuha rin po natin yung ating license sa Manila Bankers. Okay? And if you want to verify that, ayan po. Pwede nyo pong barilin yung QR code na bigay po ng libre ng, ng IMG at saka yung bio link. Ayan, exciting na gamitin yung mga bigay ng IMG. Napakabait na company po. Dito po sa IMG, napaka-critical po na alam natin kung bakit tayo sumali in the first place o kahit bakit tayo po nandito today, di ba? Bakit instead na Netflix, Korean novela, or whatever, and nandito po tayo spending your time with us, learning financial literacy po. And we could have a lot of many whys po, pero it could be like pwedeng makabayad ng utang o kaya mapadala yung mga anak natin sa college or sa school, para masuportahan yung mga tumatanda na nating parents o kaya mapalitan yung mga income, husband's income or wife's income, ganyan, or whatever. Okay? Ang importante po daw, talagang kailangan clear na clear kung ano po yung why natin. Dahil pag alam po natin ang rason kung bakit natin ginagawang isang bagay, is because even the toughest days can become easier. Especially, of course, kung ang why po natin, ang bakit natin, kung bakit natin ginagawang isang bagay is yung family natin, di po ba? So ano ba yung IMG na nabanggit ko na ng maraming beses? So IMG stands for International Marketing Group. It started in 1998 po. Dyan sa Pilipinas. And it got registered to Security and Exchange Commission in 2002. So, ibig sabihin po ngayong nag-advance. So, ngayong 2023 at 21 years na po yung company natin. Alright? Pero alam niyo po ba na yung system po ng company natin actually started even in 1977 pa po with the World System Builder of US and Canada. And I'm very proud po to say na member din po ako, campaigner din po ako ng WSB. Pero sabi ko nga, ang WSB po kasi is US and Canada lang. And since yung family ko po, even if nandito yung immediate family ko sa US, ang malaking family ko po, part of my family is still in the Philippines. And sabi ko, napakaganda po ng system. But then, it's useless for my family in the Philippines kasi hindi naman po nila magagamit yon. So, when I found out about IMG being in the Philippines, ayun, tuwang-tuwa po ako. Sabi ko, it's an answered prayer po talaga. Pero even if napakaganda po ng WSB or ng IMG system, pag hindi po natin ito matutunan at mapag-aralan, magiging useless lang din po, di po ba? Parang martilyo na powerful tool, pero kung hindi mo siya gagamitin at iintindihin kung paano magagamit, magiging useless lang din po. So ngayon, parang yan, si Ma'am Maya Kaletena, pamangkin ko po yan, and dinala ko po siya dito sa IMG dahil alam ko po na ito ay isang napakagandang system na pwede nilang they can rely on pagdating ng panahon or kahit ngayon na actually. Alright? So another way may ipakilala po natin kung anong yung IMG is kung ano po yung hindi tayo. So we are not a networking company, we are not a bank, we are not a lending company. We are a financial institution whose advocacy is to spread financial literacy. And we do not have any financial products po. Pwede ba yun? Opo, pwede po. Yung IMG po is actually the fastest growing financial services distributor, pero it doesn't own any financial product. Bakit? Paano, di ba? Because IMG is actually revolutionary new industry. Kagaya po ng Facebook. Everybody knows about Facebook po, di ba? Facebook is the world's most famous social media website. Pero wala po siyang sariling content. In the same way po na yung YouTube, dominant online video streaming website, pero wala din siyang sariling videos. Hindi po siya ang nagka-create ng videos, di ba? And of course, you know kung sino, tayo, di ba? Tayo ang gumagawa ng videos ng YouTube. And lastly last na example ko po is yung Uber. Yung Uber po is the world's biggest transportation network, pero wala po siya kahit isang sasakyan na literal na sasakyan. So it's really possible po na yung IMG, despite its being the fastest growing financial services distributor, wala po talagang financial product. Alright? So ang IMG po is actually part of a very big financial campaign, the 30M by 30 Financial Literacy Campaign, which means po na we are aiming for 30 million Filipino families by the year 2030 to become financially literate. And as of now, kanina lang po, tinignan ko yung counter natin, 9.3 million na po mahigit ang ating nasa counter. So kung kayo po na nandito at you will be willing enough to join our campaign, ibigay nyo lang po yung email addresses nyo po and you will be added to the counter of IMG. All right? And this campaign actually is based not on anything else but on a very powerful book po. Yan, yung nakikita niyo po sa slide. The Secret to Saving and Building Your Future, Become Your Own Financial Educator. And our campaign is actually based on a mission, so which is actually to help create wealth for families. So dito po sa sa aking journey na napakaliit pa naman, marami na po ako narinig na nagsasabi na wala akong pera, hindi ako pwede dyan. Well, ironically, kayo po talaga yung aming pinakamisyon dito sa IMG. Kung wala po kayong pera, okay lang po yan because we will help you create wealth for you and your families. And of course, marami rin po ako narinig. Sabi nila, yun yung mga may acne na tinatawag, di ba yung acne po, yung, yung parang pimple na infect. Pero dito po sa IMG, meron po kaming ibang meaning ng acne. Alam ko na yan, which is good. Dahil kung alam nyo na po ito, nasa tamang track po kayo. Pero bakit hindi po natin dagdagan yung kaalaman na meron na po kayo? And kung sinasabi niyo po na kayo naman ay hindi na nangangailangan ng financial education dahil marami na rin kayong resources, marami na kayong pera, ang tanong po is, what about your family? What about your siblings? What about your mga pamangkin, ganyan? Sila din po ba meron na rin? If ever hindi, edi syempre pag may pangangailangan sila, kanino po sila pupunta? Sa inyo po, di po ba? So we do not want any families to be left behind in the same way po na we do not want any strangers to be left behind. Because we want to change people from being spender to saver to investors po. All right? Because our belief po here is that many people today are financially struggling, not of anything else, but of lack of financial information. And para mapatunayan po sa inyo na wala po kaming gustong maiwanan, kahit po mga non-members po, gusto po naming matuto at matulungan. In a very small way po, meron po kaming pinamimigay na free 20,000 personal accident insurance na pwede nyo pong ma-avail right after po the webinar. Kausapin nyo lang po yung nag-invite sa inyo at pwede nyo na po ito agad ma-avail even if you do not become members. Pero of course, pag mag-members po kayo, mas malaki po ang magiging benefit natin. Alright? So we are run by the vision to create the new industry, ayan, where everyone is able to earn what the wealthy are earning and bringing the secrets of the wealthy people to all. Pag sinabi mo pong everyone, literal po na everyone, kahit ano pong estado mo, kahit ano pong profession mo, kahit anong trabaho mo, at kahit ano pong pinag-aralan mo. Ayan po, mga janitor, kasambahay, welcome po lahat. Mga housewives, ayan, marami pong mga housewives ang nawawalan na po ng tiwala sa mga sarili dahil akala nila wala na silang pwedeng gawin. Pero actually you are doing a good job, a great job actually. And you can become somebody more dito sa IMG. Alright? So siya ay hindi ko po personal nakakilala pero i-example ko lang po kasi napabilib po ako ng batang ito. So si Ma'am Nicole, kasambahay lang po siya sa sa Manila. And of course, she joined IMG and with IMG po, ayan, natulungan po niya ng malaki ang kanyang pamilya. Nagawa niya ng bahay. And of course, as a kasambahay, alam naman natin na hindi kalakihan yung sweldo po nila, di po ba? Pero even if naman hindi kalakihan, kung talagang masinap si Ma'am Nicole, pwede naman. Pero it will take her more time bago mapagawa niya ng bahay. But with IMG po, napadali ang pagtulong niya sa kanyang family. So, ibig sabihin po, sa IMG, graduate ka o hindi, bata o matanda, mahirap o mayaman, may utang o wala, kahit may kapansanan ka po, equal po ang opportunity na ibinibigay po ng company natin. Everyone Everyone has the right to become wealthy if they knew the right information. Di po ba nakakapagtaka? Kasi marami po yung mga magbabait na tao, mga napaka-hardworking na tao, matatalino din, young, old, even the educated ones, teachers, engineers. Pero bakit pagdating ng araw, nagre-retire po sila na walang enough na savings? These people don't set out to fail. They do because they fail to plan and manage their personal finances. In short po, they just lack financial education. Meron po tayong tinatawag na challenging future at meron po tayong pag-aaralan na babanggitin na 4 major areas po. And the first one is uncertain labor market. Pero eventually po at the end, you will see po na these are not anymore in the future. These are already presently happening. So ayan po yung automation po sa labor market, 'di ba? If you know Jollibot po. So ito po yung isang robot na ipinakilala sa Jollibee, and of course, alam po natin na usually yung mga service crews po ng Jollibee usually are mga estudyante who are trying to earn extra income para po madagdagan yung kanilang pampaaral. Usually kasi mga self-supporting students yung mga yan. Pero what if mapalitan po sila ng Jollibot na yan? Nakakatuwa si Jollibot, pero matutuwa ka pa po kaya kung ikaw naman ang napalitan yan, kung nawalan ka ng trabaho dahil meron na siya. And we cannot blame naman po the business people. Why? Because yung Jollibot po, walang reklamo yan. Hindi ko naman sinasabing lahat tayo mareklamo po, ano? Pero ang ibig ko pong sabihin ay hindi po yan napapagod. Masisira man, mapapagawa nila. And 24/7, pwede po siyang magtrabaho. Of course, kahit gaano po kasipag ang isang tao, mapapagod at mapapagod din. So it's not really possible na magawa niya yung nagagawa ng robot. So eventually, in the long run, makakatipid naman talaga yung employer. So yon. Second is of course yung low saving and high debt. This having low savings have a major impact on retirement. So according to a study in the Philippines po, only 2% daw ang may happy and independent retirement. 2%. So, ibig sabihin, may 98% somewhere. All right? So, anyway, before we go on, let me just take a look on what is a retirement po ba? It's actually, supposedly, the longest vacation one can have. Pero let's see at the cost of retirement po. Let's say 2 people, syempre ikaw at saka yung spouse mo kunwari, you are blessed with 15 more years after retirement. Of course, there would be 365 days per year, and in a day, there are supposedly 3 meals, di po ba? And let's just say po na 50 pesos per meal. So, ayun. And tayong mga Pilipino, aside from the regular meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, meron din po tayong mga merienda, di po ba? Pero if you look at it now, yung 50 pesos po, saan na po napupunta yan? Ano na lang po ang nabibili niyan? Pero for the sake of illustration po, let's just say 50 pesos per meal. All right. So it means you have to have at least 1.6 million po. So you can support yourself and your spouse. Now, the question is, meron ka na ba niyan? Handa ka na po bang mag-retire? So if your answer is yes, then of course, nasa 2% ka. But if your answer is no, sadly, nandito ka sa 98%. Nasaan po yung 98% na to? 30% of them depend on charity. Ito, lately lang, actually meron pa nga ata ngayon na nangyayaring ongoing na bagyo po, ano? And it's so sad to see people na nag-aaway-away dahil sa konti, napaka-konti. I'm not against the government. They're doing their best maybe, pero it's the reality na hindi talaga kaya ng government na ibigay lahat ng needs ng mga constituents natin dyan sa Pilipinas. But then of course, silang 30% po ay nakadepend sa kung ano man ang makukuha nila sa charity. Diba? And another 23%, these are the people po na despite the fact na meron na silang mga nararamdaman sa kung ano-ano sa katawan, kinakailangan pa rin po nilang magtrabaho, and we cannot blame them. But if you will give them yung chance siguro na instead of working, magpahinga na lang sa bahay, I'm sure na titigil na sila sa pag-work. Pero of course, they don't have any other choice. And the 45% depends on their children, which is also, of course, acceptable naman po sa ating mga Pilipino dahil, how do you call that? Tradition, or nasa deeply rooted na po sa culture nating mga Pilipino na tanawin ang mga parents natin, because it's our way of paying back kung ano man po yung nagawa nila para sa atin. Pero kung ikaw po na nandito na, alam mo na pabigat ka sa iyong anak, and especially if yung anak mo po ay may sarili ng pamilya, makikipag-agawan ka po ba sa mga apo mo? Kung instead na maibigay ng anak mo yung gatas niya o kaya ng diaper niya, gamot mo ang binibili niya, ang pinaggagastusan ng anak mo. Di ba nakakalungkot po yun? Sana po maiba na po natin yung kwento, di po ba? And ang question po is, saan mo gustong mapabilang? Now, yung retirement, as just like what I said kanina, could be the longest holiday of your life. Pero kung hindi po tayo makaprepare, it could actually be the longest nightmare po natin. Third, high cost of education. Ito, hindi lingid sa atin na kahit saan, even here in abroad, pataas ng pataas po ng cost of education every year. And ang nakakasama po ng loob is if yung anak mo po ay napakatalino at kaya naman niya na makuha yung course na interesado siya, pero dahil hindi tayo nakapag-prepare ng enough, hindi natin sila maipadala sa gusto nilang course. Nakakalungkot, nakakadismaya naman sa kanila, diba? And lastly, increasing cost of living. Ito po, it talks about inflation, which is yung pagtaas ng prices ng mga bilihin, and at the same time, pagbaba ng value ng pera natin, which, let's say, yung 500 natin noon ay maraming nabibili, pero ngayon wala na po, halos nabibili. And of course, dahil kailangan natin i-provide yung, let's just say, basic needs like food sa ating family, syempre gagawan natin ng paraan. And sadly, ang usual na paraan na pupuntahan natin is utangan, diba? So nakakalungkot po. All right. But of course, these 4 areas na sinabi ko po ay controllable naman. This is our future and we can actually control it. And this controlling is in our hands dapat po, dahil hindi po natin ito dapat idinedepend sa kahit na kanino, even the employers, your bank, or the government po. Ito, to control our future, we have to make money, save money, protect money, and accumulate money. Sa making money po, napakagaling po nating mga Pilipino, di po ba? Pero sa saving money, protecting money, and accumulating money, medyo, admittedly po, ako din, medyo pumapalya po tayo, di ba? Kung ang pag-make money lang po ang talagang kailangan natin, ayan, kung sana yun lang ang kailangan, di sana bilyonaryo na po lahat ng construction worker. Kung may kilala po kayong construction worker, oh my God, hindi ko po kakayanin ang trabaho nila. Pero kung pagdating sa sipag at hard work na tinatawag, sila na po ang pinaka-hardworking people. Pero, again, it's not enough. Okay, so we have to be our own money manager. Yun po ang kailangan natin para makontrol po natin ang ating future. And by that, it means we need to understand kung paano nag-work ang pera at dapat meron tayong pera na mag-work para sa atin. Etong dalawang ito po ay hindi po dapat magkahiwalay. Bakit? Kasi hindi po enough na meron tayong understanding pero wala naman po tayong pera. And in the same way, hindi rin enough na may pera tayo at wala naman tayong understanding ng pag-work ng pera. I will give you a quick example po. Doon sa unang senaryo, yung mga bankers, siyempre, alam natin na alam nila kung paano mag-work ang pera dahil pinag-aralan nila yon at nag-exam pa sila, di ba? Pero kung hindi sila matuto at mag-save for themselves, pagdating ng araw, pag nag-retire na po sila, wala rin po silang mapaglilinan, di ba? Walang ano na yung term, they will still become broke. And dun sa isang senaryo naman po, yung mga kababayan natin ng mga OFWs, 10 years, 15 years, or even more, na nag-work sila abroad, napapahiwalay sila sa kanilang family just to make money. But then, since hindi nila naintindihan kung paano mapag-work yung nakuha nilang perang yun, pagdating nila ng Pilipinas, wala pang isang taon, ubos ang pinaghirapan nila ng ilang taon. Diba? Nakakalungkot po. Kung hindi po natin naintindihan kung paano mag-work yung dalawang ito, you will end up working for money all your life. Pero kung naintindihan po natin, napakaganda po because money will work for you. There are 4 financial concepts po na kailangan nating intindihin: solid financial foundation, X-curve concept, rule of 72 at abundance formula. All these concepts po will actually help us gain financial freedom. And marami pong different ways kung paano natin masasabi na may financial freedom tayo. Nabanggit ko na po actually yung isa kanina. If you want to send your children to a particular university, kunwari, with the course na gustong-gusto po nila, ibig sabihin po may financial freedom na po tayo. So ang question po, gusto mo ba itong financial freedom para sa inyong family? If your answer is yes, please stay with us and learn with us, okay? So again, solid financial foundation, ito po ay napakasimpleng konsepto lang po. Ito ay kagaya lang po ng pag-build po ng isang bahay. Di po ba pag nagbi-build po tayo ng isang bahay ay hindi po pwedeng bubungan ang mauna. Kailangan po pundasyon. Excuse me. And sa paggawa ng pundasyon, meron po tayong tinatawag na priorities. These priorities have to be built from the ground up. Wala pong ibang way. There is no shortcut. And at the bottom part is the healthcare short-term and long-term po. Yung short-term po is the one na ibinibigay po ng mga employers natin while we are employed with them. Pero sadly po, once na nag-retire tayo or na-terminate, lalo naman na, syempre, o kaya nag-resign, hindi na po natin yan madadala. Yung long-term naman po is something that we really need during our retirement. Pero it has to be taught now. Kasi yan, bakit ngayon kailangan na natin pag-isipan? Mamaya pa pala natin kakailanganin. Because at that time na kakailanganin po natin yan, baka hindi na po natin makuha because it's either na hindi na po natin siya ma-afford or hindi na po tayo eligible. Let me give you quick questions po kung bakit kailangan natin ng long-term health care. If you are sick po, if you are sure po na you are not going to get sick at all, wag po kayong kumuha ng long-term. If you can bring your company's HMO, even if you retire, which I doubt you can, hindi, kuha na po kayo. If you think the government can take care of your healthcare, like your maintenance needs, pero just like what I said kanina with regard the ayuda, hindi po kaya ng government natin. And if you expect your children will take care of you, okay, wag po tayong kumuha. But then again, sinabi ko na rin po kanina, na even if our children would actually take care of us, mahihirapan po sila, especially if they have their own families to take care of. Di po ba? So if isa po sa mga yan ay hindi tayo sure, kumuha na po kayo ng long-term health care. Protection, life insurance. Ito po, if many people are depending on you like this, you need life insurance because if ikaw po, yung nasa baba po, if ikaw ay mawala, ano pong mangyayari sa kanila? Literal, babagsak po sila, di po ba? And of course, pasintabi po, may mga pictures lang po ako na ipapakita. So, but then, again, wag niyo pong i-take yung word ko as your financial advisor if you're going to take or get a life insurance or not. Alam niyo po kung ano yung best na mapagtatanungan po natin. Ito po, yung mga nagkaroon po ng car accidents, yung mga may critical illness, yung mga naulila po, sila po yung dapat na tanungin natin kung bakit kailangan ng life insurance. There's always an insurance plan naman that can be designed to meet your needs and budget. But please, don't wait till it's late. All right? So going back to the foundation, debt management po. Kailangan daw po nating i-manage yung debt natin as soon as possible. Bakit? Dahil parang sa bahay rin po yan. Yan po yung pinakaanay. Konti man po yung anay, alam niyo po, ang bilis po dumami yan. And ganyan din po sa financial na anay natin. Akala po natin konti lang yung utang natin, pero dahil sa mataas na rate, ang laki, ang bilis pong lumaki niyan. So we need to manage that as soon as possible. Emergency funds, eto po, minsan emergencies lang po ang meron tayo at wala tayong funds. Kung ano po, kung single po tayo, we need to at least have 3 to 6 months of emergency funds. Pero kung married po tayo, we need 6 months at least to a year. Pero dapat matuto na po tayo during the pandemic po, di ba? Hindi lang po isang taon na nagkaroon tayo ng pandemic. It lasted for 2 years, and actually even now, ramdam pa rin po natin. So ibig sabihin, enough po ba yung emergency funds natin? All right? And lastly, investment. And last po yung investment, ibig sabihin po, it's only when we are able to manage all the other priorities po na meron po tayo dapat karapatan na mag-invest. Dahil kung, let me just give you an example, kung nagkaroon tayo ng emergency, hindi natin na manage yung emergency funds natin, saan po tayo tatakbo? Sa investment. Kasi siyempre, hindi naman natin pwedeng ibigay yung investment natin na pan-down kunwari sa hospital. Pag na-hospital tayo, kailangan natin ng pera. So mapapalugi po ang pagbenta natin sa investment natin. So wala pong silbi ang investment kung hindi po natin na-manage yung ibang priorities natin. Alright? And X-curve concept, napakasimpleng concept po ito pero napakagandang reflection po ng buhay natin. There are 2 lines. Yung green line po is the money line. At the beginning po, at a young age, wala po talaga tayong savings. Not unless ipinanganak po tayo na instant na mayaman. Di po ba? But generally, pag sa batang age po natin, wala pa po tayong savings. But the goal of this line is to have big savings eventually. Kaya po siya pataas. Yung responsibility line is mataas muna at our young age kasi talagang dito po napakarami pa po nating responsibilities like food, shelter, clothing, education. Pero ang goal din naman po nitong responsibility line is that pagdating ng araw po, mapababa po natin yan. Hindi po natin actually mapa-zero yan dahil kahit anong age naman po natin, meron pa rin naman tayong food needs for food, shelter, and everything else. Okay? So dito po sa young age na to, syempre napakataas pa po ng responsibilities natin and wala pa po tayong savings. What if there is a possibility po that could actually happen and we don't know when and we have to be ready? What if we die at this time of our lives? We die too soon. What will happen to the food, shelter, clothing needs of your family? What will happen to your children's education? Saan sila pupunta? Dapat may protection po sila. All right? And if we are blessed to have a long life naman po, of course, ang assumption po niyan is that we already have big savings. Pero what if we live too long and our savings is not enough for our medical needs? Kunwari, syempre, natural na po na at this time of our lives, meron na po tayong mga medical needs dahil syempre, nature po ng ating katawan na magkakaroon na tayo ng mga nararamdaman at this time of our lives, di po ba? So what if we have those needs? Wala po tayong big savings. Anong gagawin po natin? We go back to our family, to our children. We will become burden to them. So we have to have passive income at this time of our lives, and we should have something to protect ourselves. All right? So yan po ang X-curve concept. Ang pinaka-idea actually ng yung X-curve concept actually would also tell us the 3 stages po. Yung stage 1, man at work, yung stage 2, man and money at work, at saka yung stage 3, money at work. So what does it mean, money at work? Yan po yung pagkakaroon po natin ng active income. Sa stage 2 po, which is somehow nandito na po sa midlife natin, so nasa 40s, ganyan. So dapat daw po at this time of our lives, meron na po tayong katuwang kasi meron ng money at work together with us working. Pero sa stage 3 daw, dapat dahil hindi na po natin kaya na mag-work, wala na tayong active income, dapat meron na pong money na nag-work po sa atin. Lahat po tayo, ang gusto natin sana dito sa stage 3. If kailangan or hindi kailangan, if mag-work man tayo during this stage of our life, it's only because we want to, hindi dahil kailangan po natin. Alright? Ang pinaka-idea lang naman po actually ng X-curve, napakasimple lang naman po, responsibility lang. And which is prioritizing family's financial future po. Alright? So if we die too soon, ano yung magiging mangyayari po? If wala po tayong sense of responsibility, our family will suffer. If we live too long naman, and we become burden to our family. Alright? Rule of 72, ito po ay isang concept na popularized by Albert Einstein. All right? Tinawag po siyang rule of 72 because the number 72 is actually a constant number and i-divide mo lang daw po siya sa interest rate and that will already give you the number of years na magdo-double po yung pera mo. So I'll give you an example po. So let's say may 10,000 po tayo at 1%. Ano po ba yung mga institutions na nabibigay usually ng 1%? Bank. Pero as of now po, actually hindi po umaabot sa 1% ang ibinibigay ng bank. Pero for the sake of illustration, let's just say 1%. So 72 divided by the rate of interest, that will give us what? So yung 1% po is the rate of interest, di po ba? So you divide 72 with 1, so it gives us 72 years. So let's just say 30 years old po tayo today. So it means i-add po natin yung nakuha natin na 72 years. So ibig sabihin po 102 years old tayo bago po maging 20,000 yung 10,000 natin. So by that time po, alam pa kaya natin yung itsura ng pera o kaya yung 20,000 po natin kaya ay may value pa. Alright? So ito pong rule of 72 is it will actually help us understand kung how money works. So let's just say po, 4% naman. So 72 divided by 4 is 18. Ibig sabihin, again, kung meron tayong 100,000 at 30 years old po tayo at this time, i-add mo lang po yung 30 years, yung age mo na 30 years, plus 18 years na magdodouble yung pera. Ibig sabihin, at age 48, magiging 200,000 yung pera natin. Add another 18 years, 66 years old po, maging 400,000 na po yung pera natin. Alright? So that is at 4%. Pero if it's at 8% naman po, it's the same thing. 72 divided by 8 naman. So it will give us 9. So 9 years po magdodouble yung pera natin. 100,000 at 30 years old. I-add mo lang po yung 9 dun sa 30 years old mo or your age mo. So 39 years old, magiging 200 po yung pera natin. Another 9 years, 48. Another 9 years, until age 66 po, 1.6. Tignan niyo po, 100,000, age 30, pero na doble yung percentage. Tignan niyo po, 1.6 million ang nakuha natin na, at the age of 66. Pero what if I tell you, meron po actually 12%, which is better, right? Of course, yan. 72 divided by 12 is 6 years na lang po na magdodouble yung pera natin. And how many 6 years do we have until the age of 66? Yan po. So we end up with 6.4 million. You compare it with the 4%. Ilan po yung difference? 6 million po. So if I'm going to ask you po which one would you want? 4% or 12%. Of course, I don't actually need to ask you anymore because I know ang magiging sagot po ninyo is 12% with the 6.4 million. Bakit? So tignan niyo po ha. So yung 4% po, ang example po niyan is the banks, of course, and for 8% the government fund and the bond fund, and yung 12% po is actually the mutual fund. So when you invest, you are actually buying the day you don't have to work. And yung 6 million po, it's equal to 30 years of someone who is earning 200,000 years, 200,000 a year. So tignan niyo po, ang dami pong time And what if yung 30 years na yan, i-allot nyo na lang po, i-spend nyo na lang with your family, di ba? Pero alam nyo po ba, na may mas exciting pa po dyan sa 12% na yan. Kasi meron po tayong tinatawag na compounding interest. Why is it exciting? Alam niyo po ako, pag numbers na po ang nasa harap po, litong-lito na po ako, hilong-hilo na po ako. Pero when I learned about compounding interest, my God, eto po, napaka-interesting po. Kasi yung compounding interest po pala is it will, alam niyo yung interest ng pera niyo ay mag-i-interest din, which I didn't know before. So, napakaganda po niyan. So, ayan po, since let's just say meron ka pong capability to save 1,000 pesos or dito po of course that's equivalent to $20. So in a month, isang buwan na po yan, ano? So if you have a capability of saving 1,000, syempre alam natin na may 4, 8, 10, and 12. Pero syempre, let's go straight to 12%. Yung 1,000 pesos mo po in 30 years, you will have already 3.5 million. Which I didn't realize then. But 30 years, parang more than ano na ng buhay ko yan. Pero kung diskumpiyado ka, edi gawin mong kayang 2,000 yung pera. O kaya make it 5,000 if you have the capability. So 5,000 at 12%, look at the difference po. 17.6 million. O di ba? So talagang yung compound interest is, we can say, eighth wonder of the world. Sabi nga ni Albert Einstein, if you understand it, you can earn it. Pero if you don't, you will pay it. And alam niyo po ba, yung how you will pay it, mai-scam ka po. So ibig sabihin, if you understand how compounding interest works, you will never be scammed. All right? So ito naman pong abundance formula is something that Brother Bo Sanchez taught us. So ano ba ito? So 100% of your income, sabi po niya, dapat daw mag-allot po tayo ng 10% for our tithes. And whatever your religious denomination po kayo, you belong, if you give it to your church, that's fine. If you give it to people who think you believe, who are actually in need, that's also fine. Okay? Pero 10% is 10% lang, di ba? Sino po ba ang nagbigay ng 100% sa atin? Di po ba si Lord? 10% lang po ang hinihingi niya pabalik. And this is for the people, even for the people whom we love, di ba? Kung sa kanila po natin ibibigay. And aside from that, yon 20% daw po ay ibigay natin for our savings. Kasi this 20% is for ourselves. Tayo po na breadwinners, di ba? Tayo napakahirap na makuha yung 100%. So 20% naman ialat natin sa sarili natin. Pero actually, meron na tayong mindset na ito noon, pero kung saan-saan lang natin nilalagay yung 20%, dapat daw po, yan daw ay ilalagay natin sa savings and investment. Okay? So 100% minus 10 minus 20, of course, that will give us 70%. Yan lang daw po ang ialat natin for our expenses. I know, ang agad-agad papasok sa mind natin is, yung 100% nga, kulang, yung 70% pa kaya? Opo, magkakasya po yan, believe me. Kasi matututo po tayo, di ba tayo sabi, mamaluktot. Pero dito po sa IMG, hindi lang po mamaluktot ang ituturo natin. And you will realize that later on. Baka po kasi meron tayong mga extra expenses na hindi po natin na papansin. Let's just say, hold on. Let's just say po na mahilig po tayo sa kape. Isang example na lang po, ano? So 20 pesos per cup ang kape. 3 cups a day po ang nakukonsume natin. Alam niyo po ba, 1/8 na po yan in a month. And in a year, 21,600 na po yan. If you're gonna invest that at 12% in 20 years, 1.8 million na po ang makukuha natin, di po ba? So mamili ka lang, nervyos na makukuha sa kape o 1.8 million. Alright, so nakita nyo na itong slide, nag-advance kanina. So yung 12% po na nabanggit ko kanina, saan po yun ulit? Sa mutual fund po. So yung mga bagong members po ng IMG, congratulations po. If you haven't realized po, members na po kayo ng mutual fund. Ibig sabihin, investors na po kayo. So ito, lahat po ng IMG members ay investors automatic investors na po ng mutual fund. And since alam po ng IMG na usually ang pinakamahirap is yung mag-umpisa po, binibigyan na rin po tayo ng IMG ng initial fund na 1,000 pesos po. So pag open niyo po ng portal new members, makikita niyo po doon, meron na po kayong shares. Ibinigyan na po kayo kaagad ni IMG. And lahat po ng shares natin na yon, ipupool po yan ng isang fund manager po natin. And i-invest po niya yan sa iba't ibang companies na tinatawag na blue chips companies. And if you notice po, yang mga companies na yan ay nandyan na sa Pilipinas even before pa na ipinanganak po tayo, di ba? And ilalagay po yan, ida-diversify po ni fund manager yung pera natin dyan at hindi lang po niya ilalagay sa iisa lang na basket dahil naniniguro po even if blue chip companies na po yan at mahirap na silang malugi, naniniguro po si fund manager natin na hindi po tayo babagsak. So ilalagay po niya sa iba't ibang companies yung pera po natin para if ever, just in case lang with a very even up parang zero chance na ma-bankrupt yung isang company na yan, at least meron pa po tayong ibang companies. Okay? And if that investment generates anything, it will be passed back to us po pare-pareho. Equalizer po ang tawag namin sa mutual fund because even if let's just say si Ma'am Maya ay nag-invest ng 500,000 kunwari, 12% po ang pupunta sa kanya. Even if ako nakapapasok ko lang kunwari 1,000 lang yung nandyan, bibigyan din po ako ni mutual fund ng 12%. So pare-pareho po. And mind you po, 20 pesos po ang pinaka-minimum na pwede natin i-invest dito. Ibig sabihin, kahit po yung simpleng tindera lang ng gulay, simpleng tricycle driver lang, pwede rin po siyang mag-invest dito po sa mutual fund. Okay, just to emphasize po yung mga benefits ng mutual fund, of course, nasabi ko na it's professionally managed. So parang ano lang po tayo dito, parang pasahero lang po tayo na, di ba, kahit hindi ka po marunong mag-drive, kung pasasakay ka sa isang bus, actually, minsan kampanteng-kampante tayo to the point na matutulog pa tayo, di ba? Pero ganyan din po sa mutual fund, kahit tulog po tayo, umaandar po yung business natin. Ganyan po. We have higher returns and it's affordable. Kaya nang nasabi ko, 20 pesos lang, pwede na po. Diversification, in-explain ko na. And ang pinaka-importante po is actually tax-exempt po ito. So kung magkano man ang na-invest mo, yun na po yung makukuha mo rin po. Wala nang makakaltas na tax. Alright, so yung sinabi ko kanina na what if you die too soon, who will take care of your family? Meron po tayong solution. Life insurance, which will become your instant money or income replacement. Or if you live too long naman, ano po yung maging solusyon natin? Investment and long-term healthcare. And meron po tayo, hindi po tayo mismo na IMG po, meron po tayong partner na meron pong product na tinatawag na Kaiser Ultimate Health Builder. Ito po, binibigyan po tayo 3-in-1 ang tawag po dito dahil binibigyan na po tayo ng 3 sa isang plan. Alright, yan, sabi nga po ni Daniel Padilla, nasa iyo na ang lahat because may investment na po tayo which will protect our money, may life insurance na po tayo which will protect us and our families, and may healthcare na po tayo. Alright? So if we go back to the solid financial foundation, 3 na po yung sinasagot ng Kaiser. I'll just give you, marami pong plans ito and it will take us a lot of time to discuss all the details, kaya pasadahan ko lang po ano. So marami po tayong plans. Ito, ang example po natin is K100. Meron pong installment amount na 58,821 at an annual mode of payment po yan. Ang contract price po niya is 411. So meron lang po tayong 7 years paying period na tinatawag po namin saving period po. So during this 7-year period po, meron na po tayong mga healthcare benefits including but not limited to annual physical exam, may dental health benefits po tayo, meron na po tayong room and board na 1,000 at saka ito po, annual benefit limit na 60,000. Tignan niyo po ha, yung installment amount po natin is 58,000 pero may inaalat na po yung Kaiser na 60,000 per year na pwede po natin gamitin pag if there's a need for that. Pero alam niyo po ba, na ang psychology po ng Kaiser plan is kung maging healthy po tayo, ibig sabihin hindi natin magagamit yung 60,000. Pag maging healthy po tayo throughout the paying period po, alam niyo po ba, napakabait po. Ibabalik po yung 85% of that, which is 350,000 sa atin. So kung ima-minus mo po yun dun sa contract price natin na 411,000 minus 350, sabi ko nga, so parang lumalabas lang po na investment natin is 61,000, which is will give us a lot of all of these benefits. Pero ang tanong usually po is, what if something happens to you? Huwag po kayong mag-alala. Ito po yung ipon na walang tapon dahil whatever happens po to you, it's either po na it will be considered fully paid na po yung plan ninyo at ibibigay na po yung benefits dun sa beneficiary nyo, or may ipapasa po yung plan dun sa beneficiary po ninyo. And after the 7 years po, 7 years lang, ayan na po, hihintayin na lang po natin na mag-mature yung plan natin. And dito rin po sa 8 to 9, 20th year po, meron pa rin po tayong coverage. Meron pa rin po tayong healthcare benefits na 12% annual health benefit. And if, again, we don't use it, if we remain healthy po at hindi po natin yan nagagamit, tignan niyo po, mag-accumulate po yan. So, hindi po natatapon. So, at the end of the maturity po ng plan natin, tignan niyo po yung makukuha natin or ng beneficiary natin, 1.1 million na po. Alright? So, and if hindi po natin, at the age of 42 kunwari, at sa tingin natin, kaya pa natin at hindi pa natin kakailanganin yung pera natin, tignan niyo po at the age of 60, magtutuloy-tuloy po yung compounding interest niya and we will have 6.4 and 10.4 naman po pagdating ng age 65. O, di ba? So, anong gagawin natin? Join now. Ngayon na po. And what do you have to do? Become a lifetime member. And pag Philippines po, starting September 1 po kasi, 6,000 pesos po yung ating membership fee. One-time lifetime payment naman po yan. And for other countries po, meron pong 180 US dollars naman po. We only have an accreditation of 1.5. Syempre legitimate po yung ating business, so it means kailangan po natin ng permit. Okay? Ano ba yung I'm sure maybe some of you have already heard na 5.5 noon ang membership kasi po alam na alam po ni IMG na panalong-panalo po tayo if meron po tayo nitong Fidelity Life. One-time payment po of 500, kasama na po yun dun sa 6,000. Meron na po tayong 50,000 life insurance. O, di ba? And with that, we are given 63 benefits po na talaga naman napakarami po na discounts and benefits na makukuha po natin. And let me just emphasize po yung very powerful members portal po na ibibigay sa bawat member. So lahat po tayo magkakaroon yan. And that will give us yung availability ng IMG business natin anytime, anywhere. So dun po sa portal natin, ito po yung mga top benefits po na makikita ninyo, yung hindi ko na po lahat madidiscuss yan, but you can always go back po yung dun sa nag-invite po sa inyo at isa-isahin po niyan. So, ang dami po kasi. So, lahat po yan, napakaganda po. Alright? So, ayan, di pa tapos. Sa dami po naman talaga, di po ba? Pero I just would like to emphasize po dun sa mga international members po na kagaya ko po, kasi ang talagang tinatanong po nila hindi nga nila na magagamit yung benefits. Hindi po, kasi ang dami pa po nating ibang benefits. Like for instance, meron po tayong tinatawag na worldwide protection. Ayan, may accidental medical reimbursement benefit, may acts of terrorism po rin po tayo, may unprovoked murder and assault, accidental death benefit. Lahat po yan. So, ang pinaka-importante po yung special is yung repatriation na benefit po natin, which means na kung ano pa man po yung mangyari sa atin ay may iuwi po tayo ng family natin. Alright? So, ayun, whether or not you are a Philippine code or international code, meron po tayong equal access to major providers. So, one-stop shop po tayo. So, kung healthcare ang kailangan mo, nandyan yung Kaiser. Kung life insurance ang kailangan mo, nandyan po yung life insurance. Okay? So, at of course, meron din pong opportunity yung ating company na for us to be able to earn income. Bakit natin kailangan ng income, especially if meron tayong full-time income or full-time job as of now? Because sabi po ni Warren Buffett, never depend on a single income. Make an investment to create a second source. Bakit po? Because kung ang income po natin ay parang table po, kung one leg lang po, iisa lang yung source ng income natin. Pag nawala po yan, bagsak po ang buong income natin. Pero kung marami pong legs niyan, and this is the secret of a lot of billionaires po, even dyan sa Pilipinas, marami po silang sources of income. Kahit mawala yung isa, meron pa rin po silang dependan. If you're born poor, it's not your mistake, but if you die poor, it's your mistake. Ika nga, sabi ni Bill Gates. Bakit nga ba? Ang poverty po, napaka-misunderstood po yan. It's not actually the lack of time. It's mismanaged time. It's not even lack of money. It's mismanaged money. So, ano po ang gagawin natin? Please, join us. And now is the time. Now is the best time to start. Okay? So, kung marami po akong nakakausap, ang sinasabi po nila is of course, ayan, ang dami po nilang excuses. Alam niyo po, yan ang sinasagot po natin. We would want to help you increase your cash flow. Yan po yung opportunity na business ownership program na ibinibigay po ng IMG. Again, kung alam mo po kung bakit ka nandito, ito po ang what, ito po yung how. Ito po yung pwede po ninyong paraan para makuha po ninyo yung why ninyo. Pwede po kayo maging associate, marketing director, senior marketing director, and with those comes meron pong mga designated na income po. And of course, it depends on you po. Pero ang the best part po ng income na yan is na ipapamana po. Yan po yung isa pong big why ko din po. Because we have vesting rights. Whatever you earn here, pwede nyo pong ipamana sa mga anak ninyo. Yung income nyo po sa mga present jobs po ninyo, na ipapamana po ba ninyo? Meron sigurong pension, pero pagdating ng araw, hindi po yan kakasya. Alright? So ang question po is, would you like to have this income for your family? If yes, when? Take action now. Why? You will always have an excuse, and every excuse is valid, but no matter what your excuse is, one thing is for sure. Next year, you will grow older. Next year, your children will need money for your education. And marami po nagsasabi, yung mga nakakarinig po ng ating mission, sasabihin, ay, unahin ko yung anak ko, ay, unahin ko yung asawa ko. Wag po, unahin niyo po yung sarili ninyo. Bakit? That's not being selfish po. Because you can only help others if you are able to help yourself first, because you cannot give what you do not have. Ika nga po. Alam niyo po, di ba nakwento ko po na nag-migrate na nga po kami dito sa Chicago, di po ba? And first time ko pong sumakay ng eroplano, to be honest. And during the flight po, meron nagsalita yung flight attendant. In-instruct po kami ng basic survival skill. And sinabi po nila at the beginning na kailangan daw ilagay mo muna sa sarili mo yung oxygen mask before you can even help others. Katabi ko po yung anak ko noon, which was like, syempre unahin ko yung anak ko, di po ba? Lalagyan ko kaagad siya ng oxygen mask. Mali daw po yun. Dahil in the long run po, kung pareho kaming mawalan ng oxygen at hindi ko inuna yung sarili ko, mas lalo kaming madidiskrasya dahil hindi ko na rin po siya matulungan. Ganun po pala. Alright? Success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who work. Sabi po ni Ate Glenda or Ma'am Glenda Aguilar, yung aming CEO po. And here po, we are a firm believer that give a man a fish and you feed him a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. And sana po, samahan niyo po kaming matuto kung paano po mangisda at pasamahin rin po natin lahat po ng mga pamilya natin, mga kaibigan natin, dahil ito po yung pinakamagandang paraan na matulungan po natin sila. Alright? So, to God be the glory. And again, this is Jasmine Chamias Rambuyong, your financial educator po. Please do not go because meron pa po tayong isang speaker po. Alright. So that's the end of my presentation po. Maraming salamat po for those who stayed and please stay. Right. Salamat po.